Going live. Hello, everybody. We're live, Anthony. How's it going?
Going good. It is cold and snowy out, and yeah, it is definitely winter here in Kodiak. What's it like where you're at?
Hey, everybody. You know what? If you are in the Anchorage or Eagle River area like me, it is very cold. We had some strangely warm temperatures last week, a lot of frozen. We lost 2 days of school last week. Isn't that insane? People
Yeah.
are like, you mean you have snow days in Alaska? Yes, we have snow days in Alaska. And it's a winter wonderland here in Alaska. And we just want to thank everybody who is going to be tuning in today or watching this after the fact that we've been live. This is going to live on our socials and in our YouTube. And today we're actually going to be talking about the iDidaContest. And we have a wonderful guest coming up in just a few minutes. But this has been a minute, Anthony, since you and I have joined together to do our Community Connect live stream with ASTE. So do you want to fill us in on your life? I saw that you were in a big concert last night.
Yeah, we had our community choir / orchestra concert, and I'm singing in the baritone, somewhat bass section. So we had our opening night last night. It was really great. All the community came out. And today we have our final concert. Amazing talent in this little community, in this tiny little island we have of just musicians and singers, and it's just really incredible. And I may do it a little early, but I do want to give a shout out to all of the educators who were performing. A lot of the people, both in the orchestra and the choir, are music teachers, myself included. Not an active music teacher, but that's my endorsement, is in K-12 music. And there are a lot of just incredible educators who not only support students in Kodiak, but support the community. And it's really wonderful to see everyone come together.
Yeah, I love that. Music teachers, we give you a shout out. You are awesome. And that is great that like the whole community shows up to this. That's incredible. All right. Well, we do have some ASTE updates that we can talk about really quick. Do you want to talk about our keynotes and our new, like everybody? A lot has happened since we last talked.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. So registration is open. If you are interested in registering now, we have registrations pouring in, and it's really wonderful to see. Be sure to share the information with your leadership, with other educators, and let them know about ASTE. If people just want to come for the weekend, we have that option as well. You don't need to go all 3 days. You could just go Saturday, Sunday, but Monday is a holiday, so that's really nice. As far as keynotes, Jaritza and Anne are going to be here as our keynotes. They'll be speaking on Saturday, I believe. Really excited for their keynote session. Very forward thinking. We also have the Chickaloonies, who will be speaking as well. Very excited for that, and their session about storytelling and art, which is one of my favorite things out there. Also, we have the Future Librarian Summit, which will be happening on Saturday. Really excited for that summit. So we invite all librarians, or really anyone in the state who want to participate in the summit. Shannon McClintock Miller will be at the conference, supporting our librarians and our members, and a lot of really exciting things with that. We have in the works as well a pre-conference with UAF and their T3 Alaska program. There'll be some more information on that. So if your district is part of the T3 Alaska program, stand by, because we're going to have a special opportunity for you.
And we also have our Edu Protocol friends coming in from California. We've got John Carippo and Jake Carr coming in, and they're going to be sharing all 3 days of our conference with amazing sessions. So definitely, there's so much going on. We have really changed a lot of the format. Remember that we're going from a 4-day to a 3-day, so it's only Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We have prom on Saturday night, and it's we shouldn't share the theme. Should we share the theme?
No, don't
Okay.
share the theme
Okay.
yet. We're going to have a special invitation to our membership, but prom's a really great opportunity just to come together, to dance, to play, to have fun, be adults, and it's going to be really exciting. We also have a partnership with the Alaska Developers Alliance, who are going to come and bring some games for us to play during prom. And we're really excited to partner with organizations like the Alaska Dev Alliance. This is really the whole purpose of us. It's like, we're not just on an island. Well, I'm on an island, but we're in a large community. It's just like the choir, right? We all work together for the same purpose. We're here to support student learning, student success, educator success, and it really takes a whole village to make that happen.
Really, it does. So we're not all work. We have some play. But even if you don't dance and you don't want to dance the night away, there will be a lot of fun at our prom. Or if you didn't get to go to your prom, maybe that wasn't a thing, or you didn't enjoy it because you were young and dumb like me. So, but we want you to come. It's going to be over the Valentine's weekend, and you can dress up in a fun outfit, or you can just come as you are. There's going to be all sorts of us there. So no worries about dressing. Just come and have some fun. All right. Now let's get to why we're here today. We have an amazing sponsor this year. Again, for our iDidaContest, it's even bigger than it was last year. A book creator came and joined us last year, but this year they're pretty much taking over our iDidaContest in a phenomenal way. But you know what I wanted, Anthony? I wanted to give a shout out to some of our iDida pioneers throughout the years. John Notestein comes to mind. He made sure that this was an amazing contest for many years. He was completely dedicated to this. And then Sam, how do you say his last name?
McFeeters. Mm-hmm.
He's also been an incredible force. Mm-hmm. And if there's anybody else, go ahead and shout it out. I want to say there's teacher Cheryl Green. She is in Northern Alaska, and she and her students have done this for many years. And I hope that they are watching this somehow. But we just want to give a shout out to all the people who have made this an actual movement across the years for our ASTE community.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you don't know what iDidaContest is, you can go to the website there, iDidaContest.org as well. We'll take you to the same website. But it is a celebration of student and membership creativity. And that creativity comes in many different forms. That includes video, audio, pictures, interactive media, Indigenous storytelling. Like, we encourage a lot of our members and district students to share their stories of what makes their culture special and unique and important to the state. Every year, it's just incredible to see the perspectives from students. Last year, we had some incredible submissions, and I'm really excited to see what people submit this year.
Yeah, last year there was a young student who designed an entire dress, and then she came and modeled it at our iDida night. Yeah. So, and the schedule for iDidaContest is changing too, but we'll talk about that later. We have an incredible guest. You might know her as Farmer Faubs. All right, we're going to welcome Farmer Faubs to the stage. How are you, Faubs?
Howdy, y'all. I was backstage and I was just listening to all the cool stuff you guys were talking about. All I heard was three great friends, Ann, Eureka, Shannon being there, community, a prom. And I'm like, how do I get to Alaska? Because it feels like Alaska where I'm from right now. It is cold and snow everywhere, but super excited to be with you guys today.
Yeah. Where are you based out of, Faubs?
I am in Ohio.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Is it snowing there too?
We've already had snow days. It's already just cold. We feel like it's actually a January type of weather. It's been 30s. It's getting down to 18s, 19s next weekend. Mm-hmm. I wasn't built for this, but we're just going to keep on going and doing farm chores and making sure all the animals have their hay. So
yeah, tell us a little bit about Farmer Faubs. Please, for those people who've not got to meet you, and we hope we can get you here in person.
Yeah, you know what? I was a teacher. I was actually a digital media teacher, so this contest is really close to home. So digital media teacher for about 10 years, and then I was an instructional coach. And then I started doing ed tech videos with my farm animals. And so that's really where Farmer Faubs came about. And if you see me, whether it's on social media or at conferences, you will definitely see my cowboy hat. And you'll probably hear some howdies and some yeehaws.
I love it.
And yes, I do have a farm. So I got goats, sheep, chickens, rabbits, and as people always ask, I do have a mini cow. Her name is Little Miss Minnie Moo. So yeah.
So cute.
That is so cool. Also, we're glad that you're here. I'm trying to make sure that all of our friends on our page are, I think we had a glitch, so I'm going to fix that. All right, Farmer Faubs. Well, we're so glad. Well, seriously, if we can get you here to Alaska, we will. And it sounds like you're used to chilly temperatures a little bit. So
I just wear my Carhartt and I'll be all right.
Yeah. And you've got a great sweatshirt on right now. That's amazing. Yes.
No, I absolutely love our logo. I love our Book Creator team. They've been doing some amazing things. So super blessed to be on this team.
For sure. And the first thing I want to talk about is the gift. Book Creator's given all of our ASTE members an incredible gift. Tell us about premium subscription, and I'm going to drop the link.
All right, awesome. And so with Book Creator, we are giving all the ASTE members a free year of premium Book Creator. Can't get any better than that. That's what I call seriously a yeehaw moment. And so, all you guys will be able to get that. And I'll show you here in a bit when I share my screen of how to get it and how to upgrade your account. So make sure that you guys do that and, participate in this contest, but also continue to do more and more with creativity.
And I dropped it in the links. So awesome. It's a form you fill out and it'll take you through to get your free subscription. And it's amazing. And it's a legit premium subscription. Thank you, Book Creator, for doing this for all of our educators in our ASTE membership. We appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
All right. Once you have done that, then we're going to talk about how to participate. I'm going to go ahead and is it okay if I blow up our screen and we begin, Farmer Faubs?
I think we're ready. I think we're ready to make some yeehaw moments with everybody. We're ready to get started. Like I said, I was a digital media teacher, so this contest, it's just super exciting because, I always say that every student deserves a yeehaw moment. What does that mean? Every student deserves the opportunity to be creative, and this is what that does. And so I'm going to walk you guys through just some ways to get started. Definitely make sure you head to the website and you will see this Book Creator template library. You're also going to see some videos that you can also go back and watch also with this webinar. So when you get to the library, first and foremost, all right, upgrade your account. You can either scan that QR code and it will go to the same form that Melody shared. And this just is a book just to help you kind of get started. So once you have your code, make sure that you upgrade your account. All right. So I'm going to walk you through how to use our workbooks, our contest guides, our entry guides. And please, I'll also leave my my contact info. And if you guys need anything, please definitely reach out. First and foremost, we here at the Book Creator team have created a workbook, a contest guide, and an entry guide to really make this just as user-friendly as possible. All right. The first thing I'm going to do before I dive into these books is, as a teacher, I want to first create a library for my students. So within the Book Creator page, you're going to click Create a New Library. So I'm just going to click where it says I'm actually going to do a workbook. I'm going to first create a library. I'm just going to title it, and then the students can search for images, edit their own books, create multiple books. Sometimes I do one or two. All right. Read each other's books. I would definitely say keep that off. Turn on collaborations, keep it off. You can add translate, and you can add through these different options, whether it's if you need that in your class. Also, our speech to text, text to speech, our accessibility options, you can have that on or off. All right. So once you create that library, it's going to show up all the way at the bottom. All right. And so you notice there's no books in there right now, okay? So I'm going to go back to this library, okay? And I'm going to first start off with our workbook, okay? So within this book, I can click remix this book. When I remix this book, I can just type in my library and click copy to library, and then just go to library. So this is a great way to get started with your students. You've created your library, you've added your book. This book is now yours. You can edit it as you would like. All right, you'll see that it will show up right there. And once I click in this, all right, it's got our title page. It also has just what is the iDidaContest, all right? Also the categories. There's so many different categories that, as students or as a teacher, you can actually go in and click on these links to showcase the rubrics, okay? And I think that's just a really nice add-on touch. If I want to click on the play one, it will go to that rubric, okay? So just a nice touch to really be able to go through the project. Also has a how to submit your contest, all right? You can either go over this with your students. Maybe they might be submitting it. You guys might be submitting it. So definitely you can watch this video at the bottom. All right. Now, this is where the workbook really begins. Okay. And I'm going to click on the pages because I will actually end up deleting these top pages before I give them to students. They're going to design their own cover for their book. All right. And I love this because those kids really are able to design, whether it's using their media. Sometimes I go to images, go to camera, pen, text, also in the media where we have shapes, icons. If you open up anything in the apps, we have different options for them. So let them be creative. Let them really go in and design their front cover as to what their project is really going to be about, right?
I love that. So you think the first thing that, like, when we share this with our students, they can immediately start making this their own. They don't have to keep the same cover page.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think, individuality is so important. We really want our students creating and really to empower them. And so we really just have that blank canvas. And so they can go in and create their cover. Now, the next pages you have where you had, these are just like nice, really stickers where, they can use them on, different pages through their books. If I want to, I can use these books. I can copy and paste and throw this anywhere on any of the pages. So I think that's just a really nice touch. Shout out to the Book Creator team for making these amazing stickers and having them. It just makes it a little bit more fun. And throughout this book, we have some checklists. We also have, where they can do all about me, contest goals and values, brainstorming. This is their workbook. And remember that this is where all the ideas are really going to be how it's graphic organizers. They're going to be brainstorming ideas, connections. And so I'm going to look at, when I go to pages, I don't have to give them all of these pages, right? Because Melody,
Right.
this is a lot, right?
Yeah.
And so as a teacher, all right, I can come in here and maybe select, and I say, I only want them to have the brainstorming one, maybe some top ideas. And so I can come in here and click the ones that I do not want to have. And then I can click delete, right? And so we're really empowering that teacher to know their students and say, hey, I would like for you to have maybe these 3 pages for your workbook, for your brainstorming. Or they give the students the power of choice, because a student can also come in there and say, hey, maybe I don't want this page. I can delete this page. I like this page. This is kind of how my brain works, right? So many different options for the brainstorming process to really figure out what their project is going to be about and how they're going to organize it. I really like this project sequence one because it's really can break up that project, whether it's they're creating a video and they go, this is the first, the middle, the beginning. So even the story, the roller coaster story.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, which is one of our templates.
Yeah.
But also if you as a teacher say, hey, maybe I want something else, I encourage you guys to look at our templates. If I go + media and I go to our templates, there's over 900 templates in this where you might say, hey, I want something else in addition to what Book Creator has given us. All right. So maybe
I like that.
Yeah.
Can I interrupt for a second? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, actually, the page that you have, the roller coaster story plot, that would be really helpful for one of our categories, the I Did a Story. And so that might actually, I like how students or teachers putting this booklet together to kind of show how you came up with this project. You can really also base it on the type of entry that your students are going to do. If you're in a photography class, or you're creating that story dependent upon your class, you might go ahead and pre-make it just to kind of, you might already be doing something like this. And so you can really personalize it. But I also want to say, as a judge, this is really golden for us. Like when we know a little bit about the background of the student and like what they created and why they created this actually, so don't delete all of this, y'all, because this actually has the potential to put one student in a higher place depending on how they work this, because the backstory of everything and the creation part of it is just as important as the actual finished product. I just wanted to say that.
I love that, Melody. And I think, a lot of contests, you don't see the back end, you don't see the process. And the process is really the yeehaw moment that gets you there to the end result. So, I love that you're encouraging people to also, they could add their workbook to their entry. And so I like that little add-on. And so I'll say that again, is we're gonna pivot, right? And we're gonna be like, hey, you guys can add your workbook also to the entry, and just how strong it could be to really help you, as a student win. So I love that, Melody. Thanks for bringing that in to the conversation, because I think it's so important to see that yeehaw moments really come in and generate, that information. How did we get here? Because, I feel like every project and every person has a story, right? And this is where you can see that story. So that's how you get to your workbook. Now, this is just an individual workbook, and the way that you are going to get it to your students is after you've added it to a book, to your library, you're going to click on the 3 dots. You are going to click share, and you are going to click assign. When I click assign and I click start assignment, you're going to give your kids a code. Now, not my code. You can give them your code or your link. And as students come into your library, they're going to get their own individual copy of their workbook. And remember, in our settings, they are not going to be able to read each other's books. You as a teacher will be able to read each other's books. And we have this amazing new feature called Class View. And so you'll be able to go to toggle to this third icon, and you can scroll up and down. You can scroll side by side, and you're going to be able to see what those students are working on. And you're also going to be able to visit a page and even add a comment, right? So powerful that, a teacher can give feedback within Book Creator. Go ahead, Anthony.
That's all in real time?
That's all in real time.
The edits? Wow, that's really powerful.
Yes, very powerful. And being able to give real-time feedback is really powerful as well. So love Class View. All right. Whew.
Yeah, that's a lot. I just want to say that Book Creator has always been one of my most favorite EdTech tools. But the way that Book Creator's evolved over the years, just to be even more meaningful for students and teachers to work together and grow, I just love it. I'm so glad you guys are a part of ASTE. This is incredible.
Yeah, really wonderful.
It's amazing. It's been, I've been with Book Creator almost a year, and I've seen so much, changes, but also just always keeping, teachers at the forefront and students at the forefront. So super excited about this competition. Now, that's not it, but I'm going to kind of just reiterate what we just went over. All right. Was to head to the ASTE website that Melody's dropped in, head to that Book Creator template library, right? Upgrade your submission, upgrade your premium license, create a new library that your students are going to work in, right? Remix the workbook and assign it to every student in your class, okay? Now, The last part of this project is, of course, submitting it, right? And so we have this entry guide right here. And as I click on this, I am going to click remix this book. And when I remix this book, I've actually created another library where I called it iDidaContest entries. Okay, so I've created that library already. I've added my book. And what I'm also going to do here is I am also going to invite my students to this library and assign them their own individual copy. Okay, because this is going to be the book that they submit. Okay, so as I go through this book, it's very short. All right, it just explains what the contest is, how to submit. But as a teacher, I'm going to delete these pages because I'm about to give this to my students. Okay, so students can still have that, you know, their front cover. They can copy it. They can move it. You can also just have them submit their workbook as well if that really helps them, and add on to it. So there's a variety of ways you can do this. But here, students are going to have their front cover. They still have their sticker sheet, but here they're going to just add their final product, right? So they can either add pictures, videos, stories, another book creator book, all those fun things right here on this page. So the judges can very easily go to their book and see what they've submitted, okay? Now, when each student has their book, you are going to want to publish their book, okay? Because in the form, you're going to submit a link. So we're going to go 3 dots. We're going to go to share, and we're going to go to publish, okay? And I always keep it on private, okay? All right. Name the title, maybe if you want to give it a short description, leave it on private, okay? Allow remixes, keep it off, okay? And then you can click publish online. And this is the link right here that you are going to submit your project to. And so you can go through all of this. You can make sure that you're submitting it as a student on behalf, what category, and then you fill out all of this. And right here, this next one, project URL, you can paste that right there where you can have the project right there as a book. And this is what the judges will see. They will see this page and they'll be able to flip it and they'll be able to look at anything right there. Howdy, Ann. Ann just slid in through,
oh my gosh, yes.
through LinkedIn. Howdy, Ann. Good to see you.
Yes. Hi, Ann. Woohoo! I don't know if you were, was it your nose itching, your ears twitching? We were talking about you earlier. But yes, Faubs, I'm so into your thing. I'm not even looking at the comments. I'm sorry. I'm just like,
that's my buddy. Always good to see my buddies coming in. Yeah. So that is how you're going to do it. I'm just going to reiterate that one more time. Is you're going to go through that workbook, have your students really create that process and design their projects. And then you're also going to get on this entry book, publish it, share that link, and attach it to the form. All right. And please don't hesitate to reach out. I know, David Hotler has been very active in this. Also, I can be, I can help in any way possible. Please let us know. We really want every student in your classroom to have a yeehaw moment and to create this and be involved in this contest. It's very close and dear to my heart because, as I said, I was a digital media teacher. I love creativity, and I believe every student deserves that yeehaw moment. So I could not just applaud you guys more for continuing this contest and allowing Book Creator to be with you guys in this as well.
We love it. And we've changed this a lot. So if you're watching this and you're like, what, this is a lot, listen, it will become this is something that will be streamlined, and every year it'll become a little bit easier as it goes. We did change the format, but we really believe that the way that Book Creator does it captures the story behind the actual story. And we are really trying to help our students not just think about the final project, but like what goes into that. It's all very important. But something else that we kind of changed this year is that, like, sometimes, like last year we had like over 200 entries and it was incredible. But a lot of those entries, because they were from the same classes, some of those entries looked like each other. They used the same students. The storyline varied a little bit. They were great videos and they were great submissions. But when you see the same type of entry over and over, it kind of it makes it so that it doesn't seem as special as the other one. I hope that's not a mean way of saying it. But if you want one of your students to take home the cash prizes, the best way that you can do that is to have like a school competition or a class competition or a grade level or whatever, and only submit those that won from your campus. And that way, those submissions, once they have been submitted, like Faubs just showed us in that form, in that Google form, they have a much better chance of winning the cash prize.
Absolutely.
So if you hold your own school competition or your own grade level or class competition, you're helping your students get closer to that cash prize. And who doesn't want to win? What is it? $100, Anthony? What is the cash prize? Do you know?
It's $100. Yep.
Okay. Yes, $100.
Yeah.
$100.
Yes.
And then we have the People's Choice Award too, which will happen during the event night.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And I just want to say this, like, I am so incredibly grateful for Book Creator to support this contest. This year, we're kind of working out the kinks. We really welcome you to participate and give us feedback. Feel free to email any of us, message any of us, and let us know what's working, what might not be working. But we also want to say too, like, we want you to engage your students with Book Creator, absolutely, because it's such a powerful tool, and it's available on the web, for desktop, laptop, iOS, Android, Chromebook, whatever you have at your school, you could access it as long as you have an internet connection, which I think is really powerful. But we'll say, if in the event that I don't have the capacity right now, I can't do this right now, but I do have submissions, you could still submit your URL to whatever project it is, to that form. And then what we'll do is we're going to take the winners and we're going to put them in a Book Creator book so we can showcase just what is possible with this tool. So don't feel obligated that you have to use Book Creator. It's there. It's a tool, and it's a really powerful tool. And one last thing I want to say that I really like about this, particularly the process, like how do you create your submission for the category? It touches on lots of literacy needs as far as writing and reading and the process of thinking and all of that. So really would encourage you to have your students go through those brainstorm processes and think about how they want to approach that particular category. And speaking of categories, are we at the point of maybe talking a little bit about the categories?
Wait, before we go to categories, the People's Choice is a new one, right?
That's always been, we didn't do it last year, but yeah, that's always
okay.
Been.
All right, never mind. All right, let's go to the categories. People are familiar with People's Choice.
Yeah. All right, so lots of different categories. I did a movie that's going to include some sort of video type deal, and the rubric is there. You have a checklist. You're welcome to make a copy of that if you want to customize it yourself. Has the rubric included at the bottom. I did a press that is going to be more like it's like an ebook type deal, kind of, and Book Creator would be a perfect tool for creating an ebook. And we've had a lot of incredible submissions for that one in the past. I did a jam as music. That is going to be any sort of audio or storytelling. If your students want to do a radio drama, please, somebody, that would be so cool.
This would be.
I did a boost. That one is going to be talking about AI. So how are your students going to use artificial intelligence to create something new and exciting? So we give full reign for students. I did a play is going to be interactive media. a game, an interactive website, or anything like that, simulations, really encourage students to be creative with that, and lots of tools out there. We also have I Did a Moment, which is short form video. We're all about short form reels and content. What do you got? What kind of short form video can you create for us? And then we have I Did a Roots, and this is celebrating Alaska Native culture, language, and tradition. So, and we usually have a lot of really incredible submissions for that. I Did a Cause. This is like social media awareness or awareness campaigns. Certainly our winners will go out on our social media campaigns, or if you want to link to campaigns that your students have already done, if you want to submit as a class, that certainly is possible. And then I Did a Teach. This is for all our educators out there. So what type of lesson, unit, website, resource, e-learning course. We've seen a lot of different stuff, and we want to celebrate that. Now, if we go back to the categories themselves, students can submit, and we have different student categories. ASTE members can submit as well. They're their own kind of group that could submit. So if you're an ASTE member and you like making short form videos, you're really good at the Instagrams, and you feel like, I got one, I think that would be really good, go ahead and submit it.
I love
That's
that.
awesome.
So students can submit. We have adults that can submit, right? I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. I already know which category I would be submitting in. I would definitely probably be doing like a little tiki-taki, under 1 minute. I might call up, Anna Rita and say, hey, we're about to do a tiki-talk. So I love that you have us just a plethora of ways that people can get involved. I love that. So adults, this is not just for students. Get involved and get creative because, creativity takes courage. I always say it. And, this is a great way to get involved.
I just want to say too, if you are teaching these to students and you're having students work on them, wouldn't it be great for you to create your own, and then you could showcase that to students, say, hey, this is what's possible for making. Here's an example of what I made. Now I want you to make something unique for yourself.
100%, Anthony. I love it.
And, regardless of who wins or what, like if you are doing this with your students, you are really bringing in that technology piece, that real world piece, where learning for them is happening all the time, every day, and everything that they do. And you're welcoming that into the classroom. And that's a win for everybody. That just makes our students feel like we see them, not just in our classroom as students, but as real people, as real creators. And many of our students will actually go on to create and be creators, digital creators, and probably already are. So you're inviting all of that into your school and your learning classroom or your learning community. So this is seriously a wonderful contest. And for all of those who have been asking, like we have done, this came a little bit later in the year, but I want to give a shout out to Alexis Griffey. She's our president-elect of ASTE, and she did a lot of work for this as well. And we couldn't have done this without her this year. And I didn't mention her earlier. But yeah, Faubs, thank you so much. Is there anything else that we have forgotten to say, or before we say goodbye?
I'm just super excited to see these. I know you guys are going to be out, maybe posting these on your socials, adding them on Book Creator Book. I'm super excited to see all this because, every student wants to be a content creator right now. So, just give those students that opportunity. So love that you guys have different divisions, love that it's students and adults. So cannot wait to see these entries. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of this.
Yeah, thank you, Faubs.
And we forgot to mention the deadline, Anthony. When is the deadline?
January 31st, 2026 by midnight. So anything that comes that in after midnight, unfortunately, will not be considered. We have a quick turnaround. Our judges, we have to take a look at the submissions and then kind of organize them, put together the books, and we're excited to have Book Creator help us in that process. Now, I know in the past we did have course credit for judges. This year, unfortunately, we don't. This is something we are certainly working on. But we want you to email iDidaContest@ASTE.org if you want to judge. We will certainly have our own recognition for that. And we're also in the works of offering continuing education credit or units for ASTE, and judging certainly would be part of that process.
Yes. This is such a big thing. Thank you so much for everybody who's tuned in. And thank you, Farmer Faubs, for joining us. I'm trying to find the right banner. Oh, yes. But make sure to follow us. We're going to be coming at you every week. ASTE conference is not too far away. It's like 2 months away. So you're going to see us in person pretty soon. Faubs, if we could get you here in person, let us know what we need to do. Who do we need to bribe to get you here? Just kidding.
I was telling Ann, I said, you know what, just put me in your suitcase, Ann. Let's roll, let's ride. You know, so many creators, but also, you know, I love that you're giving me this opportunity 2 months away. If I have any advice of somebody that's like, do I go or do I not go? Because, you know, conferencing is nothing but, you know, community, finding your people, finding new ways to do things, collaboration. I'm so, you know, thrilled that you guys have a conference. I'm thrilled that I, you know, got to be able to experience conferences and just find my community, find my people. Melody, that's how we've connected. So get to ASTE, get there, find your people, and hope to see you guys there.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Book Creator, for being an amazing sponsor. And we'll see you again next week. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Faubs. And thank you, everyone. We'll see you again. Take care. Be safe out there.
Stay warm.
See y'all.